Hello, everyone. Hello, Aquaba. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? I love you guys and welcome to the broadcast. We are going to have an amazing guest with us today. Daniel Boadu is joining us today, and he's going to tell me how to pronounce his name, but he's joining us today, and he will be our amazing guest to share with us, guys, how to travel in Africa. Guys, you might get a little feedback. Let's see. Sorry about that. But how to travel in Africa. I'm just sharing this broadcast with everyone so everyone can join us and everyone can come on in and be on this broadcast with us. So that's going to be exciting. You guys, if you're over on Facebook, be sure once I drop this link, go ahead and share this video with everyone and let them know that we are live and we've got an amazing guest that is going to come and share some information on, look, how to travel on the continent. He actually has a travel company, y'all. So he has, you're talking about, he has the details and the goods and the information. Yes, he has all of the information. I'm just sharing it, doing the business. You know how we have to do. Just doing the business as we do, sharing it on Facebook, letting everybody know that we are live and we have some amazing information out here for you. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Please be sure to share, to comment, to like, and to invite your friends over to the stream so that, honey, we can get this information out so we can get ourselves together and get ourselves ready to go visit the motherland. This is the plan. We are repatriating, we are traveling, we are locating, we are global people. And this is it. I'm just so excited because, look, we have more information than ever before on traveling to the continent. And this is the time to do it, right? And this is the time to travel and to get our travel plans together now while it's COVID, while we're sitting at home. This is the time to research and to get this, our information, our plans together so that as soon as the borders open, as soon as the offices open again, so that we can get all of our transcripts, that we can travel, and that we can get to the motherland. And look, we can meet some amazing people on the continent, like Daniel, and like the African Tigress, and so many other amazing young men and women and people of all ages who are just doing some amazing things on the continent. And as always, you know what I have to do. I have to debunk the myths of what's happening on the continent, because so many times we have been told so many different lies and fallacies about what is happening on the continent. And so because of that, y'all, we have been told so many things. We just don't have the truth. I was looking for I need my phone in my I'm right here. Just need to grab my phone in my head so I can, all my questions are on there. So yes, this is, we got just an amazing show for you guys today. And I think Daniel has joined us. We've got an amazing show for you today. So guys, come on in, share the broadcast, share with everyone that we are live and that we've got some amazing information for you. So I see Daniel's back there, and we're just going to bring him on in. It's giving y'all some time to do what y'all got to do and to share this broadcast, because I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this. You want to make sure that you are getting your plans ready to come on into the continent. You are getting your plans ready to visit. And where would you go? Where would you go if you could go to the continent? Look, I know where I would go. I'm just telling you. Definitely going to Ghana for sure. And definitely going to the Gambia. I'm just so excited, y'all. I'm looking down because I'm just sharing this because there it is. You know how we have to do in the beginning. Just sharing this so that I can spread the word and bring everybody on in to the broadcast. But I hope you guys are doing well. I see we have about 3 people that have joined us so far. And so we're going to bring Daniel in, and he's just going to share some good information with you about traveling on the continent, on what you need to do. He's going to tell you all about his company. He's going to give you, honey, the details on everything you need to do to have a successful trip on the continent of Africa, because, so many things can go right and so many things can go even better. And so we're working on the go right and even better, right? All right, so we're going to bring Daniel in, and y'all, this is exciting. I'm so excited. I just can't. I just can't wait. So, hello, Daniel. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how this whole thing works, but it's amazing to see it work.
Isn't it amazing to see it work? I know when I was first telling you about it, you were like, I don't know.
Right,
But you're halfway around the world, and I'm in the US, you're in Africa, and look, we're on together. Technology is amazing.
Right. So, what do we have for today? I'm really happy to join. First time doing YouTube live. So I'm kind of like new to everything, the whole setup and everything. Yeah.
Awesome. We got some great things. Let me welcome the guests. First of all, if you see in the chat, Jackie AQ, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us. Jackie's over in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. So this is exciting. And then Jackie is saying that she wants to visit the Gambia. So, hey, look, we got the man. Have we got the man on the live for you? Daniel, if you got another screen open with YouTube open, just close it or turn that sound down. You're getting a little bit of feedback, or just turn the sound down. Getting a little bit of feedback. And then Jackie says, cool. She's watched some of your videos over the weekend. So that is exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So our first question is, Daniel, please, first of all, pronounce your last name for me. Because
Okay, my last name is Boadu. So it's Boadu, Boadu. It's Boadu. It's Boadu. I'm a Ghanaian.
Boadu.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. I've been practicing all day, so thank you. Well, tell us, first of all, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us about your company and about your YouTube channel. Let us know can go over there and visit your YouTube channel. And tell us about your group, African Travelers.
Okay, so you kind of like freeze a little bit, but when people ask me to say, tell me about yourself, sometimes I don't know where to start from. But I'm just a Ghanaian, and I just have passion for my continent. I try to educate people more about it, and I started this movement I think 4 years ago, somewhere 2016, and that's when I had the idea because I realized a lot of our own people outside the continent had few knowledge about what's going on over there. So the best medium to communicate was to start a Facebook group at that time. And when I launched the Facebook group, I just named it Ghana, Back to Ghana. It was Back to Ghana initially before I changed it to Africa Travelers because a lot of people wanted to know more information beyond Ghana. They wanted to know information about Nigeria and other African countries. So, in 2016 when I launched it, people were joining. We were talking about the food cultures in Ghana. And then in 2017, I met one lady from Chicago who said, "Hey, I love what you're doing. And I think, I'm a travel agent. I think we can facilitate a trip to Ghana because a lot of people don't know much about Ghana." And oh, that's pretty good because I had the idea. I just didn't know when to actually implement the whole thing. And we did our first group trip in 2017, and that was 20 people who came
Wow.
that first year. And then since then, everything has been consistent, just trying to educate people and help people come. And I think we had our separation since then. And then I started the Amandani Tours Africa because I had a different vision for the company. I wanted to explore more other African countries because people were not just interested in Ghana, but other African countries as well. So therefore, I wanted us to go there, explore there, get the chance to do not just tours by visiting tourist attractions, but I wanted us to visit places people don't want to visit, like the villages, deep towns that people feel shy to see. I wanted them to actually embrace it and understand it instead of just trying to criticize it from, a Western perspective. So that's how I came up with, the tour company and wanted to expand beyond Ghana. Yeah.
Beyond Ghana. And so what does your travel company, the name, does it have a special meaning, or what's the vision behind your company, the name?
Okay, the name is simply Amanda. I don't know if you know, but I have a wife. Amanda is my wife's name, and Daniel. Initially, it was a different name, but Daniel is joined together. It sounds more African, so you might think, "Oh, that's an African name," but it's just two names joined together. That's why it sounds that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
so how long have you been married, Daniel?
Probably like 4 years.
4 years. I've been married 25 years. So congratulations to you and many more.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now you not only travel in Ghana, you travel in all over the African continent, and you do these deep dives. Now that's amazing. Tell us about some of the villages that you go, because you show a different side of Africa, more beyond just the touristy attractions. You give real life Africa this exposure and experiences for people.
Right. I think when I worked with a lady first, she basically decided on the itinerary on the first trip, and she was more focused on the city aspect because to her she said most Americans don't want to experience that side of Ghana, like they just prefer the city and have fun. So I mean, I just went with it. But when I took over myself, I really didn't want them to get that feeling because to me it was beyond just doing tours. I just wanted them to actually get a different feel of Africa because I think they kind of like scared about seeing the old side of it because of how the media has always painted the image for them. So I'm like, No, let me just connect them to the villages. You see what I'm saying? Let them understand why and how things are really done there. And the more they understand, the more, because we fear what we don't understand most of the time. So if you don't
Wow.
understand something, you choose to run away from it. You call it evil or scared of it. So I decided to connect them more to the villages and spend a little time in the city. And so far, the feedback has been amazing. Most people love it over there. They always love to, like, oh, okay, this place is really amazing. I want to keep coming. So I think the feedback is really good, and we haven't changed the itinerary so far. We keep maintaining it.
So what are some of the villages or areas that that they would visit and when they come? Because this is really important. When I go visit, my husband and I visit together, and we haven't visited Africa yet, so we're getting ready for our first trip. I'm excited. But when we do travel and here, we always look for the locals. We want to know, like, where do the locals eat? Because that's where the good food is. We want to know, like, where they go party, where they are, because that's the only way that you get a true picture. And plus, you're by yourself. It's not like it's so crowded in those tourist spots. And so you can really get like more one-on-one attention. People will really take the time and explain things to you. So what are some of the places? Because I know Accra, I know Kumasi, I know a few places, but say some of those names so people can get excited.
Okay, so most of the villages, if you really want to experience like a typical village experience, it's in the northern part of Ghana. So Ghana is technically divided into regions instead of states, right? So we have 16 regions right now, and if you really want to get the typical village experience, you can get it from the northern part of Ghana. And most people don't want to go there. I think most travel companies don't want to take their travelers there because, one, it's really expensive to travel there. Two, it's time consuming, and the journey is really far, right? So most people try to skip the hard work of, we can go there, we shouldn't go there. Let's just stay within Accra, Cape Coast, and Kumasi. So, but you can go to villages like Damango, Bodegatanga. You can go to places like, hold on, let me remember this village name. Because most of the times we don't typically go to the village for the tour. What we do is, if we're going to the north, we see all the villages on the way. So we stop by, connect with the people, spend about 3 to 4 hours over there, get to learn some stuff, and then continue the journey. So, that's how we get to experience several villages on the way to wherever we're going.
Wow. Okay. My heart is like doing a leap because I love this. Like this would be what I want. My husband is in the chat. Hey babe, how are you? I love you.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
My support, but this is, babe, look, you listening. This is where I want to go. This is where I want to go. Tell us, there's so many amazing people. Jackie has said that she's in London, so she's in the UK, and she says that your videos, Daniel, are great. Ghana looks so beautiful. My roots are Ghanaian, and on my father's side, and so she needs to visit as well. And she has family in Ghana on her mother's and roots and on her mother's side as well. So for someone who has roots in Ghana and then the first time visitor, what do we need to prepare for when we come?
Okay, so she already has a family over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she has never been there.
Nope, she's never been.
Okay, so I always say, if you've never been there, you just have to either travel with a group if you are not confident enough to go by yourself. Join a group or find a friend to join you on your journey. Just plan your trip. Know what you wanted to go actually to do when you get back to Ghana. Just have some plans in place. Let somebody plan something for you if you have no idea, and then just book your flight, get your visa, get to Ghana. And when you do that first visit, you basically have that experience, the first hand experience. That's the important thing, getting the first hand experience when you visit. You learn a lot, ask tons of questions, things you don't understand, ask, keep asking questions, because that way you basically understand a lot of things you didn't understand before, and it will help you connect more with the local people and the culture on the land as well. So visiting first is a must if you really even want to move, or even get a chance to experience. Visit first. That's my whole point. Visit first.
Visit first. And so Jackie is clarifying. She says she has roots there. She doesn't have family, actual family there anymore. That
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So if she has no family, I think that the same is the same formula. She just gotta know some people. Like I said, if she really wants to build connection and build family, because Ghanaians, totally all Africans are really friendly, right? Our culture raised us that way to accept people into our homes and treat them well. That's why I think, based on history, the Europeans were able to come to get access to us and learn a lot of stuff from us and use it against us, because our culture is more like, friendly, bring people in, treat them well. So, upon her first visit, she can basically build connection, relationships with the local people. That way, if she needs any assistance, she can reach out to them, learn, keep learning. It's constant learning. And the more she gets to know more people in that country, the easier she can get things done when she returned back.
When she returned. And so now one of the first things she probably needs to do is just reach out to you, Daniel. And you can book her travel, and you can provide her with the information that she needs. And so that's your office, and go ahead and get in contact with you. So tell us your website and how people can get connect with you.
You just have to visit Amandani Tours Africa. So what we do is we do group trips. The group trips are really affordable compared to planning, like a solo trip. So we do group trips every year. So you can basically go to the AmandaniToursAfrica.com, and you can, click on the upcoming trips button, and then you can see all the upcoming trips we have, and you can either join one of them, or if you have your own group or your own friends and family who wants to travel based on your own time and schedule, all what you have to do is click on the plan your own African trip, and it will give you all the questionnaires you need to answer, and you can plan your trip your own time on your own budget, and then we can make it happen for you.
Ah, that's awesome. Jackie says we are Asante.
Yeah.
Okay. And my mom has been twice. They're Jamaican heritage and Ghanaian on her mom's side. And
Yeah.
then says, thank you. Okay. So that was the information she needed, Daniel. Thank you so much for that. So what are some of the upcoming tours? I saw you had some information on your have some upcoming tours that you're getting ready for, just waiting on the borders to open. So tell everyone what's coming up.
Yeah, to be honest, we already had the trip planned out. The COVID-19 was just, you know, uh, um, the only thing that stopped the whole thing, because we had a trip in May. It was for 7 ladies from, I think, South or North Carolina. They planned their trip together as friends and family. They were 7, and they wanted to travel to Ghana in May. So, they already bought their ticket and everything, but then the COVID-19 came up, so they couldn't travel. So they just had to reschedule to next year, somewhere January 15th to the 24th. And then we have one trip to Ghana also planned in October 16th to 24th. But currently, since the borders are closed, we might reschedule that trip too. And then we have one to Egypt and one to Tanzania. We're planning to add Gambia because now people are asking a lot about Gambia. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got one in October, and that's Ghana, and then
Yes.
there's one in January. Now,
Jan-
the one in January, can anybody? I know you got a group that's coming to North Carolina, but can other people add if they want to come as well?
Yes, because I talked to the lady. She was like, "Sure, that's fine. That will make the group even bigger for us, and it will be fun." So, I mean, I asked permission from her. She was like, "Yeah, I mean, anybody can join the group. It's not a bigger problem for us." So, yes.
And then you're going to Egypt. When is the one for Egypt?
The Egypt one is October 1st to the 10th.
Okay,
Egypt, yeah, Egypt borders are open. So if nothing changes, yes, that trip will happen.
that trip will happen. That's exciting. That is
Yeah.
exciting. And then you've got one trip um, that's coming for the Gambia. I think YouTubers are really making the Gambia kind of hot right now, along with Ghana's year of return. So you got one for it for Gambia for the Gambia as well.
No, we haven't because see before you can actually plan a trip to a country, it takes a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can just plan it and take the people. One, you have to go there first yourself. You have to go survey the country, see things. Have a plan on what will really benefit the travelers coming. You have to know what will actually mean a lot to them when they get there, and then you have to find some people you can trust on the ground in Gambia to work with. So a lot goes in, because if you don't, then something can happen. Somebody can, not fulfill their promise, and then it will mess up the whole thing. So you have to really take your time, make sure everything is in place before you can say, hey, I'm putting a trip together for you guys. Let's go. So
that's
we will try.
upcoming.
Say it again.
That's upcoming.
Yeah, that's upcoming for Gambia, because a lot of people keep asking about Gambia, and it's amazing because I really didn't know much about Gambia a year ago. You see what I'm saying? It just became a thing right now, and I had to look into the country and realize, oh, okay, it's an amazing country. It's really affordable to live there. So I was looking more into the country, and I just decided, let me just talk about them more, because I love how their whole. I didn't know we had even Ghana town in Gambia a year ago. I didn't even know, but I
Yeah.
realized, yeah, we do have Ghana town in Gambia.
And a lot of Americans want to go to the Gambia because of Alex Haley and Roots and the book, the whole miniseries. And so a lot of people want to go and are interested because for many people that, the whole story of Kuta Kinte, that was their first introduction to Africa beyond, Tarzan. And that's just so sad and ridiculous. But we have just been, as a people, African Americans here in the country, we have just been so brainwashed, but also such negative stereotypes have been said and told about Africa, about our homeland, about the motherland. So, yeah, we are, we're really excited to visit. So, you told us about your first travel and you've been in business since 2017. Is that correct?
Yes, we have been in business since 2017, and so far I think we haven't. Our main goal is to really, make it like a movement and beyond just traveling to Africa. Because one thing I realized is on our journey, the more we travel, the more we realize we can contribute into social building in those, small towns and villages. Because when we travel to those areas, I realize there are a lot of places where kids don't go to school. So I'm
Mm,
saying, especially the northern part of Ghana, they have savanna land. Therefore, water is a bigger issue over there. So there are so many social problems out there that we feel, if we can, find a way to, support them in a way, it can become more than just traveling. We can get people involved into, actually supporting. And, the future of the continent is based on the younger ones, because in
exactly.
2030, the Africa will have the youngest population ever in the whole world. Therefore, if we can play a major role in, taking over other part of the industries, in other words, then we have to get education. We have to really take education serious. So, our goal is to try and put those kids over there on that side of Ghana, because most people are not paying attention to that. People just want to go to Ghana, Africa, just enjoy the city, build some houses and that's it, right? So, but
Right.
we want to just do beyond that for, make sure we actually contributing to the nation building instead of just profit money making, so yeah.
So people, when they come with you, not only are they investing in themselves and becoming more culturally aware, they're also investing in Africa.
Right, right. That's our goal. Right now, we're not doing it because it's a lot, but we are planning on, making it work. By next year, we plan on having a nonprofit just to build, boreholes for those small towns, and then we plan on, finding a way to, put small kids to school as well. Those who can't get access to education, we want to provide something like that for them.
For them.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And so your wife helps you. Does she travel with you when you go?
Not always. Not always. We try to focus on what we do best. But 2018, she went with me. She might go to Egypt because I might not make it. It all depends. But we basically focus on our strengths individually. And that works best for us. So sometimes most of the time she doesn't. Yeah.
That's what makes a marriage strong.
Yeah.
That's what our husband, I mean, my husband, boo, look, my husband and I, that's what we do. We concentrate on our strengths and what we do well. And that it works for us because there are some things. I'm really an introvert. I know, like on Facebook and social media, I know it really seems like I'm not, but I'm the introvert. So when we're in person, like I would probably be the one just kind of standing, and looking at
And looking.
right. Look, and he's the one that's talking and active, and he knows everybody's names. He's met everybody. He knows their whole story, all of that. But I'm more of the one-on-one, kind of person. But we focus on our strengths and we focus on what the other person can add because it can be really different and not forcing each other to be something that we're not.
Right.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
that's like a little marriage tip on, for extra.
It's
There's,
still a learning process. It's not easy, but it's still a learning process.
you all are doing a great job. You got a
Yeah.
business, you got a vision. Keep doing keep doing what you're doing. Now, do you all have other business ventures that you do as well?
Um. Okay. Not really, because this is it. I used to have a clothing business, just selling African products. Initially, that was what really aligned me to educating people about Africa. I forgot to talk about this, but my beginning was based on selling African products to people outside the continent. And what happened was that first year when I started selling those African products like shea butter, like clothes and other stuff. I seen a lot of things that was going on, and that led me to educating people about Africa. And the truth is, most people that met me online on Facebook, that was in 2015 when I started that, they didn't believe me. They said, "Oh, you from Africa? Oh, that's a scam." You see what I'm saying? "Oh, yeah, that's a scam." And that was from our own people.
Wow.
Everybody said it was a scam. They didn't believe me, and it's part of my story. And when I share it, sometimes some people feel like, "Oh, you don't have to say this," but my first customer was a white man from Texas. He bought the African clothes first, and and when he put it on and I posted it on my timeline, that's when our people started believing I'm real.
Wow. That is so sad because but you know what? I feel you. I do because I did a joke on Facebook. One of the things I try to, really do a joke every so often that, really gets people. And because I like to laugh and things are so heavy now with the, with everything that's going on with COVID, everything's going
But
on.
hold on, don't let me. Don't I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm not trying to like lambast or shame our people for that,
No.
but I think it was just uh, he was just the connection between me and them, because after he made the purchase, all the support came from my people. So it takes, sometimes it would take something different to make it click. So that's fine, and I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
I totally understand, but I was saying I did this joke, and someone who knows me very well wrote and asked me, "Is this a scam?" And I'm sitting there like, "But you, my people, how would you?" I mean, and I'm like, and I don't know where that comes from, where we just don't, trust each other, and I don't know where that happens. We have to build trust, and that was one of the reasons I really wanted you to have you on, because I want to continue to make these connections between us here and the African diaspora, especially African Americans and Africans, who you are my people. We are people. We are each other. You know what I mean? We are family. And so we're not strangers. And so that means supporting each other and supporting each other's dreams and lifting each other up and being positive about what each other, what you're doing, what your dreams are, your goals are, putting you out there, sharing you. And this is how we rise. This is, how we turn everything around in Africa to be who we are, to be first again. It's really amazing to me. And I don't want, like you said, it is what it is, but I, understand, because this is the season where we need to get on code to support each other and to really get behind each other and to put Africa first. This is the season. This is the season. So, but I'm glad you told us about that process, because it's really funny. We all have those funny stories of how we got started and where we went.
Yeah, and when I started, the thing is, when I started, it's crazy because the movement about going to Africa and people really, I think, accepting the culture and looking back to really go and say, hey, I want to go find out what's going out there. I want to find my root. I think the movement just started, like, it became popular like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. When I started, people were not talking about Africa. People don't want to listen, but I still saw it coming. I still knew a time will come, it will be like this, so it's just amazing to see it happen. And now people are really in tune, and it will take time, for us to really get to know each other, because the separation is so huge. There's a big gap between our understanding, because you don't know me, I don't know you. We got raised based on different cultures and other stuff, despite being one people. So the only way we can easily come together is communication. You see what I'm saying? Learning and then evolving to know, okay, this is how things are done. Okay, this is the core. Okay, then we get to learn from each other. We have to understand that first, so
And it
it's
takes conversations like this one, just us sitting down, just as simple as us sitting down together and coming to visit and just talking to each other. So much happened by just talking to each other and listening to each other. I love that you said that. That was really amazing.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot when it comes to trust in business. We don't trust ourselves so huge. Even on the continent, it's the same. It's not just among the African diaspora. No, it's even on the continent. When it comes to trust among ourselves, is really difficult. We would rather trust somebody different from us faster than our own. And I don't know where we got that kind of mindset from, but I think we have to, start working among each other really, huge before we can build that trust, from the ground. And it would take time, but it's possible. That's
It's
how I feel.
possible.
Yeah, it's
You know,
possible.
it's possible. I mean, one of the things here in America, the reason we have this distrust is there was something called Jim Crow laws. And Jim Crow wrote this book on basically how to break a slave. And the one of those codes within there was to make people of Africa, enslaved people, my people, ancestors, distrust each other. And so it just continues. And that has been, when colonizers have come to Africa, that has been their main source and their main weapon to keep the continent divided, is to, to keep sow these seeds of distrust. And so we just have to do what we're doing, honey. Come on and just show that, because people have the question, do Africans, hate us? Do they dislike? No. Do African Americans dislike? No. I mean, it is what it is. We just have to really keep showing.
And the truth is, I don't mean to cut you off. The truth is, there's no way you go to any African country where you have them specifically hating a group of people. I mean, that's not how our culture teaches. So that concept of we hate is just some few. I mean, you can always face some few people online who always have something to say, but that does not affect, the billion population out there. The fact that maybe you did me bad has nothing to do with the 200 million African diaspora around. You see what I'm saying? So it's just you. I don't project all that around everybody because you did me bad. No, it's just what it is. Because I had somebody ask me, "Oh, do you guys have TVs over there?" So, and I don't take it personally because I have. Initially, when I started, I used to get upset for those questions, but then I grew past that. So I just see it as a moment to educate them. So therefore, I try to show them places where there's a big screen TVs. I try to show them our house and, let them see, we have TVs and all that stuff. So, as a form of education, no need to get mad. Some people just don't know. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. It's just education, which you do really well on your channel. And speaking of education, because you really are, Daniel, a pioneer. You really are a pioneer in what you're doing. And I love that you started this a long time ago, before other people kind of got on this bandwagon. One of the things,
And I was so young. People told me to start YouTube, but I think I really didn't see the vision for YouTube at the time. And I just wanted to use Facebook as the medium because I can personally connect with the people. So, but then I just decided to do YouTube like a year ago. But, everything was on Facebook back then. And it wasn't like this, how people are really interested now. It wasn't.
It wasn't. But you stayed faithful. And that's just a really great tip for entrepreneur. To do. Tell us some other tips that for entrepreneurs who might want to do something. There are people who, like me, who want to move back to the continent. I'm not necessarily going to do travel, but other businesses. What are some of the things when you're doing business and you're entrepreneur on the continent that we really need to be thinking about? Because everybody says if you come home to Africa, don't think about having getting a job, but about creating a company, and you've done that. So tell us, just some tips for entrepreneurs.
Okay, so first of all, you have to know the African continent doesn't have a good employment system. Therefore, there's a lot of hustlers, entrepreneurs, and business owners. So you see that a lot when you visit for the first time. You see little kids selling and all that stuff. So growing up, even as a child, we understood profit and loss even without going to school. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's something instilled within us from the start. But when you get there, right, as a business owner and entrepreneur is two separate things, right? A business owner works for their business and it's still like a job, right? But an entrepreneur is somebody who runs a business and doesn't get involved 100%, but still sees the business growing. So if you want to be a business owner, which means you need to have a business on the ground and be involved. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you just have to, see the problems going on and find a solution to it and see the people that will benefit from the solution and turn that thing into a product or a services and offer it to them. Simple as ABCD. And it could be anything. It could be a local product, like, or it will benefit people in the US, the UK, that you can basically hire people in Ghana to make the product for you for like a wholesale price and resell it to maybe your consumers outside the continent. In other words, you still supporting the people out there by providing them a job in a way, and you're still serving the people outside Africa as well. So at the end of the day, both parties benefit, and you're still doing business on the continent. You see what I'm saying? So the major thing is, make sure everything you feel like it's a problem out there, make sure you find a solution to it, and it will just become a business for you.
Now, see, this is why I like good advice. That because you gave such good advice. Because one, you're already doing that on the continent. You saw that there was a need in northern Ghana, and now you're connecting African travelers throughout the diaspora with northern Ghana, so that you can bring people in and you can bring resources and money into that area, so they can have schools and they can build the things that they need to build. So that's what I'm talking about. When you live by what you do, that when your words line up, I love that. Now, so Daniel, if an entrepreneur has an idea, can they talk to you? Is that one of the services that you'll be offering? Because look, you just gave a whole PhD lesson on entrepreneurship and businesses.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a learning process. If you have an idea, I think it's good to talk to different people for insights at the end of the day. But the best way to actually execute your idea is starting, right? Because you get to learn a lot when you start. The whole idea you have in your head is just an idea. It's just like a fetus in your womb. It becomes a child when it comes out, right? So the idea is in your head. You get many advices on how to do stuff. You watch YouTube videos, you do all that stuff. But for the idea to become fruitful or even seem to be possible, you have to start like from somewhere. So if it's about selling African product or local product, and you have an idea of, okay, maybe turning shea butters or turning something into this type of product, then the first step is going there to go see the product yourself, find people who can make it, find
Yeah.
the cost of the machines that will make it. All this process, all this steps that you taking will eventually mean something to you, and you will learn, okay, I can avoid this, I can do it this way. So it's a whole learning process, and it takes time. So you don't have to rush it. You just have to keep doing it, and it will work out.
And it will work out. I love
Yeah.
that. It'll work out. Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to drop this
hmm
link in the in the chat, and if anybody wants to come on and has questions for Daniel, you can come on and you can ask him questions. Well, I have another question. I'd like to know.
hmm
Where is my question? I have my question now. My computer is like that. I want to know. Oh, I know what it is. The big question, because my husband loved this video. This is his absolute favorite video, and that's the one where you talk about buying the land in Ghana. And you get, I wrote you, and I told you, I was like, this is the best video I have seen. And I'm not even. I mean, like, you broke it down, the three different types of land you went through. But tell people, kind of take them through this process of buying land, especially if you are planning to relocate or repatriate back to the mother.
Okay. So land in Ghana is, people mistakenly think land, you can own it. Yes, nobody can own land in Ghana. I mean, in the world, you cannot own land anywhere in the world. But land is just a lease term, right? Ghanaians get 99 years, and if you are not a citizen, you get
Oh,
Okay. If
Oh,
you're not
sorry
a
about
citizen,
that.
yeah, if you're not a citizen, you get 50 years of lease. So the difference between a Ghanaian and a non-Ghanaian owning land is just the terms difference, right? I have it for 99 years, you have it for 50 years. And there are different types of land in Ghana. We have the private owned land, which means if you buy a land from me, Daniel, you buying it from a private owner, right? If you buy the customary lands, you buying it from a chief. If you
Hmm.
buy, family land, which means you buying it from a family property, right? And they're selling it to you. And then if you buy a state land, which means you're buying it from the government. Now, I suggest people to buy, because in that video I suggested private on land, simply because one, it's safer in a way because you can hold it for a longer period of time. Because if you buy land from me in 50 years time, I might not be alive,
Mm.
and you probably have the land forever, simply because in Africa, when we have properties, we don't like disclosing it to our family. So if I have a land, most of my families don't know. So if I sell it to you for 50 years and I'm no more, or sometimes I just forgot about it and all that stuff, you end up having it forever. But if you buy state land, the government will always know where their property is. They never forget. You know what I'm saying? If you buy customary land, the chiefs will always, new chief will come in, he will bring new stipulations and all that stuff. And then if you buy family land, sometimes there's always a fight because one family doesn't want the land sold, another part of the family. So there's always some kind of drama around family land. But private online are really the best way if you want to online in Ghana. Just go by that one. It's risky when it comes to verifying the ownership or getting a genuine land. But if you can get a genuine private online, it's the best, because you eventually own it forever anyway.
Ever. I mean, and
Yeah.
so it's 50 years to like 99 years. Is that, can you negotiate more with the private owner?
Yes. Yes, you can always ask for extension. Say, oh, 50 years is so small because I wanted to use it for whatever it is. Can you extend it to like 70 years? For me, yes, they can do it. They can do it for you.
They can do that. Okay. Now, when what are the some of the things that you look for when you're looking for land? Are you when people are looking for land? Have you purchased land, or did you already have land? What were some of the things that you would suggest that people look for?
Well, yeah, I have some land in Accra, but if you want to buy land, it's simple. I think I already made a video about that. Just go
Yeah.
there, go see it, and one of the major things you need to work on is verifying the ownership. That's the most important thing. Who actually owns the land you buying? Are there some litigations problem on it? How many people has the land been sold to? Try to make sure you verify that ownership. That's the most important thing. So to verify the ownership, I think when I bought mine, this is the strategy I used, right? Even as a Ghanaian, my mom actually scouted for the land for me. I let my mom do it, because I wasn't around. So I told my mom, hey, go look for land in Accra for me. So she said, oh, okay, your uncle said he has seen one somewhere, a friend is selling it. And I said, well, I don't really have a connection with my uncle, so I can trust his word. But I trust you, so go and do the follow up. So she went to see the land, and I told her, okay, when you look at the demographic, when you look at the area, what are the future? What do you think the future of that area looks? He was like, oh, a lot of rich people come in there. I see a lot of big buildings. I said, okay, that's all what I wanted to know. Now, can you verify the ownership for me? So what she did was she spoke to about 5 people living around the land, because there are people who always have their buildings, they live around their property. My mom went there the day she was just not with my uncle and the guy who was trying to sell the land. She sneakily went alone by herself and
Yeah.
talked to all the people living around and said, hey, I want to buy this land. I want to live in this area. Do you know who owns this land? Because I wanted to buy it. And all the 5 people recommended the same person who was selling it to us. Therefore, that just cemented our decision that, okay, he's the rightful owner. And then we just made the purchase. So that's the easiest way you can verify, because if there's something wrong with the land, they will tell you.
They will tell you.
Yeah.
They will tell you. Awesome. Awesome. And that's what we need. That's what we need to know. See, I know that's what I'm at. The real deep details, you know, that you would not, you know, if you are just, you know, out there trying to do this on your own,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and that's what we need. And that's why I love your channel. And look, everyone, I'm going to leave all the links to his website in the description. So come back and check it out. I'm going to leave the links to his website. I'm going to leave the links to his Facebook page, The African Travelers. I'm going to leave the link to his YouTube page. So you're going to have all the information in the description box. So come back and check it out, because you'll be able to go to his channel. And his channel is up here, Daniel Boadu.
Office. Yeah.
Office. I was trying to get that last name. Office. So yeah, and you'll be able to go check him out. All right. Tell us about visas upon arrival. Can you do a visa upon arrival in Ghana? I know there's one in the Gambia. There's a visa upon arrival. So how does that work? So when we get ready to travel, you know, we got to get our passports, and now we can do the visa and get it all together.
Yeah, so you can either do it two ways, right? You can either get the visa from the US, which you can do it from, I think, about 3 embassies. You can get it from either the Ghana embassy in New York, DC, or you can get it from the one in Chicago. But I always recommend getting it from the New York one, because they are very responsive in terms of you know, trying to reach out to them for anything. So you can either get it from New York, and the reason why, you know, getting it from the US is because of the price. It's cheaper when you get it from here. The standard application is like $60, and then the express is $100. But if you decide to get it upon arrival in Ghana, I think you just have to pay extra $50. You know, so that's the only difference. You know, so if you decide to go to Ghana, you have to get a visa, and you can either do it from the US or upon arrival, depending on how long you have before the trip. Because if you wanted to get it from the US, it has to be a month or 2 before the date of travel to be able to apply for your visa. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have enough time on your hand, because maybe your passport came in late, then you don't have to worry. You can still travel and get it upon your arrival.
Now, if you see me looking down, y'all know what we do. I got my notes. I just wrote down everything he said. So if you see me looking down, I am taking notes, y'all. I got all my notes, y'all. Make sure. Now, I'm dropping I got the link in the broadcast, so you guys can come on if you got a question for Daniel. So you can get a visa upon arrival. But I didn't know there was the office in Chicago. That's just like 8 hours from me. So that's good. That's good.
You don't have to travel there. You
but
just
I
have to
want
mail
to go. But I just want.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have to travel. I can just yeah.
You can just mail it to them, because it's simple and easier to do it that way, instead of, you know, and you just have to attach what do we call it? I think a prepaid mail back envelope, you know, so they can just mail it back to you, you know. Yeah, and I think it takes 10 days for standard application and 3 days for express.
Okay. Now that's good to know. Now, this is his website, guys. So make sure you go and visit his website. You can get all this good information there. I'm going to leave links to his Daniel's to his website, to his YouTube channel, and to his Facebook group, so y'all can join and connect with him. Now, you talked about Ghana Town. Jackie says that's so interesting, having Ghana Town in the Gambia. I watched that video, Daniel. So Ghana Town in the Gambia. That's kind of different, Daniel.
Yeah. Initially, I never. There's a lot of people in Ghana who probably haven't heard about Ghana town in Gambia, but that's a history that I think we were not aware of, because nobody told us. But I just discovered it recently when I had some interactions with the Gambians, people in Gambia, and they were like, "Oh, do you know we have Ghana town in Gambia?" I'm like, "Hold on, what do you mean?" Then I did a research. I wanted to know the history behind it, and I realized, okay, around 1964, that's when Kwame Nkrumah was basically overthrown. So there was like a civil war in the country, and the people in Cape Coast and Takrady, they are all fishermen. So through that, they use their boats, and it's crazy how they were able to even do it on a small boat from Ghana to Gambia. They have to really be brave, but they did that and went all the way to Gambia, and they decided not to come back, stay, and they built a community, in Gambia. So up to this day, we have a lot of people from Ghana in Gambia.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Yeah, I got to go check out this video because it's really good. I watched it. I was surprised myself.
Yeah,
It's like here we have in New York and other places, there's like a Chinatown, but to have a whole Ghana town inside of the Gambia,
Gambia.
yeah, is amazing. Jackie says, that's great. My dream is to do something educational for the children of Africa. It's vital. You were talking about doing your educational programs, and the things that you do are basically based on educating people, not only throughout the African diaspora, but also the work that you do provides, money through tourism for the local villages to be able to do what they do.
Yeah, in the northern part because they need it. It was just something. It wasn't part of my plan, but when I went there, I always love to do stuff based on how I feel, my instinct, and just let it sit for a month or more. And if it still keeps coming back to me, then that's a sign I should go ahead and do it. So I just realized recently I still felt it within myself, like, okay, you wanted to do this, you haven't started yet, what's holding you, so I'm like, okay, when I go back again, I need to go to the village. This time I wanted to spend hours and talk to the people, make sure, I ask them, what do they really need? Are they willing to put their kids to school? Because I feel like we cannot just go there and act like we are the heroes, because if you do that way, it will not work out. We have to include them into whatever we're doing, make sure the parent understand the importance of education. Are they willing to let their children get educated, include them into decision making on the project? And that way, if we all work together, it will be easier to make it successful, other than showing up with cash and say, hey, we're building school for you guys, we building this for you guys. If they're not part of it, they will not take care of it.
Exactly. And you need people to want to buy into the vision and feel like that it matters to them and that they're a part of it, not just like the colonizers have done to just come in and do something and you don't take their, anyone's ideas or their what they want to heart. And so that's important, exactly what you're saying, to include the community in that. So I just applaud you for doing that. Let's see. So Yaba says, Jackie, your dream is noble. Absolutely, Jackie. And I hope you'll connect with Daniel to make your dreams come true and to follow exactly what you're doing, because definitely Daniel will help you and have some really awesome ideas. Um, let's see. Jackie says she wanted to be a teacher ever since she was little. She has a question for you, Daniel. Have you visited other countries outside of the continent?
Yeah, I've been to the US, Amsterdam, a little bit of France.
Awesome. So you definitely so Where did you come in America? Just out of curiosity.
You said when or where?
Where? Where? What? Yeah. What country? What?
You said what country?
I'm sorry. What city?
Oh, Cleveland.
Oh, you came to Cleveland. Now, do you have family here, or how'd you end up in Cleveland?
Well, there's a lot of Ghanaians from Ghana that lives in Columbus and Cleveland, so that's how we connected. And I also go to school in Cleveland State Learning Programming.
Ah, now um once you graduate, what will you do with your degree?
Well, in right now, I don't even plan on pursuing it again. But my goal was to actually venture into programming because there's a lot of need for software development in Ghana. If with that knowledge, we can turn a lot of social problems into something easy that everybody can get access to because the younger generation is more tech. I don't know how to put it. They really technological when it
Fabulous.
comes. Yeah,
Mhm.
So I wanted to transform certain problems, using software development, especially the way we shop, the way because we don't have certain market systems, e-commerce platforms to make shopping experience really easy. So I had a vision of getting the skills to transform that kind of problem and push it just to online so people can easily get access to buying product not just within Ghana, but if you are in the US and you want to shop something in Ghana right now, you have no idea on where to go, right? You don't,
Mhm.
right? But
Right.
then that was my goal, to make sure we have a platform just like we have Alibaba, we have AliExpress, we have Made in China. Those are platforms where you can easily get access to products in China, but we don't have that same thing when it comes to Ghana or Africa. So my goal back then was to have a platform where if you are in the US, anywhere, Germany, Australia, and you want to buy some shea butter from Ghana, you just go to the website, buy it, it gets shipped to you. Simple, But then I realized it would take a lot of my time, my focus away because I have to spend time just focusing on coding and other stuff. And I really didn't have the time. So I realized instead of just trying to do it myself, I can just find somebody who already have the skill and we can work together.
Very good. Now, did you live in Cleveland for any time, or you just come out to study? You
And
had
go.
and go
Yeah.
and go. Awesome. Um, Jackie was saying, I think back in our conversation, oh dear, the media does us no favors. When we were talking about the distrust and what people are asking you if they're TVs and all of that. But I'm glad you're um, educating people. That's important.
Yeah. I try to learn as much as I can about, a lot of stuff.
All right. Well, now if you want to come on the broadcast and ask him a question, please do. You guys are typing in the chat, and I appreciate that. So Jackie says everything you say is interesting. She's learning a lot. Aren't we learning a lot, Jackie? I tell you, we are. I'm learning a lot today. Oh, that's good.
Thank
iOS.
you.
Yeah, we're learning a lot. This is very informative because my dream is to come to Africa. And it's interesting, as Ios Yaba is saying, that now that I've put this dream out there and put it up to the ancestors, I'm connecting with people like yourself who really have the really good, solid information. And I just appreciate you and your YouTube channel. I appreciate you so much for taking your time to be with us here, but doing what you do just on a regular basis, just sharing the information that you share.
Yeah. And sometimes most people, um, a lot of people message me, and sometimes when I respond, they be like, "Oh, you respond back so fast." I'm that type of person. I really have time for it because I just enjoy doing it. So if somebody say, "Hey, I want to talk to you about something," about Ghana, about this, I'm always open, about it. it's just something I love doing. So I don't let nothing limit me from sharing that information.
Very good. So look, if you visit his website, you already know that he is going to get back to you because this is what he does. He gets back to you and he's very responsive. So be sure to check him out and he will definitely get back with you on anything you want to know about visiting. Now I'm in Tennessee, which is several hours away from Cleveland. Have you ever been this far south? What are some other cities you visited in America?
I've been to New York before. Um, I had to renew my passport, so I went to New York. Um, I mean, like I always said, the United States is the easiest place to make money because the whole country is a corporate system. So everything is set up, for money making. So anybody who is focused and a little bit ambitious can, make money out of the system. But when it comes to spending the money and having absolute freedom to certain things, you will not get it from here because the system is so fast paced and kind of stressful. So you end up making decisions based on sometimes emotions, and which can put you into debt, which is, set up in so many ways. So like I always tell people, you can make the money here, but the best place to spend it is in Africa.
Africa. The best place to spend it is in Africa. And that is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. So let's see. Miss Purple, hello, Snob and everyone's. Hello, Miss Purple. Miss Purple is another person who wants to visit the continent. So I am so glad that you came here today. Thank you so much for joining us, sis. This is one of my OG viewers. So I appreciate you, sis Queen. Thank you so much for being here. Jackie is saying, great advice, Daniel. Great advice. We have to answer the call. We have to answer the call to Africa and to do what it is that we want, that we need to do to make it to the motherland. Yeah, and this is the beauty of technology because we can connect with people. This time I'm connecting with Daniel because of technology and his interest in technology is what brought him to Cleveland and brought him to study. It's just amazing how our paths go and continue to go. And with having a vision, there's just no stopping us. There is just no.
Yeah, and I think people got to know more about Africa because of social media, and that has really helped, and we got to connect because social media actually, bridge the gap a little bit, between us because back in the days it wasn't that way. It would be hard for you to, reach out to somebody on the continent, but social media really helped.
I think it is the game changer. It is the
Hmm.
game changer, and I'm not sure that the designers and the colonizers really thought this through.
Yeah, they never thought about it.
No, and so many things are changing, even from African Americans. Our thoughts about religion, so many things are waking up and changing, and are happening sort of as with technology, and it's really bringing about this woke moment, this awakening that's happening within us, and reconnecting us back to the continent. And so something that you said really made me really think, Daniel, and that is tell people why African Americans, you said spend your money on the continent. Why should we be spending our money on the continent? Why should we be getting ourselves together and making plans to visit and to travel and to relocate even for some of us back to the continent?
Okay, so um I don't know how to put it in the okay, so one, right? let's just put let's just put the fact that maybe you are even an African diaspora, and let's just talk as if we are just normal friends and humans, right? Let's put that race
Mhm.
thing aside, right? Now, if you have money, I think everybody would like to spend money and get more value for the money they have, right? And I think people will also love to, have more freedom in the money that they have actually worked so hard for, right? And Africa is the only place that you can actually go, right? Take $30,000 and do something with no discrimination. You see what I'm saying? With no restriction. You know, you can go out there, buy land, and build a house on it and leave without facing any type of stipulation, tax issues, you know, people trying to, you know, the government trying to find a way to, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, just like in the US. So you have the freedom to do a lot of stuff. And secondly, traveling to Africa, you get good food to eat. Everything is less, you know, how do you call it? Cholesterol, calories. You know, the food is healthy. I mean, 90% of the food. So, you know, if you spend $20 on food in Ghana, you basically eating right without even thinking about, I have to be a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? I have
Yeah.
to, you know, select the type of food I eat, else this, you know. But if you travel to Europe, any country in France, you still eating the same burgers and unhealthy processed food. You see what I'm saying? But when you travel to Africa, and that's why a lot of Europeans go there and spend their holidays. The Seychelles is a place for millionaires and white billionaires. You know why? Because they can get value for their money. So Europeans have been traveling to the continent for years and they haven't stopped, you know, simply because they know what they can get when they visit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, then the people who stay here is just for investment. You know, they like to invest and get quick money because you can get quick returns when you invest in the US. But in Africa, is the future. If you invest now, you're just waiting for tomorrow. You see what I'm
Waiting
saying?
for the
So,
return.
right. And I think the good thing is when we bring in our race into the picture, right? Africa is the only place where you can go and you will not look different, you know, unless you speak, because everybody look the same as you, and therefore assimilation or assimilating into the culture is so easy, you know, as long as you open minded, you end up, you know, being one as the people, you know. The only thing is the language. Now, when you fix that, nobody will know where you're from. See what I'm saying? So,
And that's why
yeah.
I love your group, because you talk about the food in your group, African travelers. Okay, so that, and you talk about learning. You give us quizzes on learning the languages. So you know that is awesome as well. What are the two major languages in the kind of Accra or in throughout Ghana? I know there are multiple, but I know
Hmm.
definitely there are two kind of major ones in addition to English.
Yeah. So in Ghana, we have the Cree. The Cree is the dominant local language. You know, most people speak Cree, whether you are from a different tribe or not. Everybody speak Cree. You know, so if you can speak Cree, you can talk to, you know, any Ghanaian and they will understand. You know.
And they will understand.
Yeah.
Um, that is awesome. Now, okay, since you on here, you got to tell us what the answer to the food question was. What was the food that you showed in the okay in the group?
Oh.
Okay, no, I'm not just messing with you. You don't have to
Oh.
tell. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
So Success Nation said, I agree. So she was agreeing with you. Success Nation, you're welcome to come on live with us and chat with Daniel. Um, Jackie says social media is so beneficial in terms of dispelling myths and acquiring knowledge at a fast pace.
Yes, and you also have to make sure you don't consume so much information because of social media. There's a lot of information. So even though there's a tons of information, you have to really be sure of what you consume. Because this is what I realized. I did a survey in a group, right? And I posted something in the group. It was a video I did, and then I just captioned it in a different way, right? And I posted it in the group. And most people were just going by the caption instead of watching the video to see what's going on. And that can really create a false narrative you think, oh, I have seen an African talking about this, but they didn't watch the video. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be really, really selective on the information you consume online. But there's a tons of information on online through social media that can make us really, really smart and come together in a way. Just like before, we didn't have it. We didn't have that. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now, Success Station is backstage. So she's getting her question together for you. iOS Yaba says people better hurry up.
Before they block you too. Yeah. I
You
don't
know,
think they can block YouTube. Yeah.
and even if they do, you've got a team of people. You already know how to create the new next. So we're not even gonna worry about that. We're just gonna stay connected with Daniel because if need be, we're gonna have our own Black
I'm
Nation
look
there.
yeah, I'm looking for people who can really bring that idea into life. I have one traveler, Ryan Vincent. He's a computer scientist. He works with the CIA. So I decided to talk to him about the project and see if he can, have a way of we making it happen, because it's a need, right? And that's what I was talking about, the business thing. There are so many problems that when you go to Ghana, you see it, and those are the things that brought the big entrepreneurs we have today,
Yeah.
problem solving. So instead of getting scared and say, wow, why don't they have this, why don't they do this, you can fix it, and if you fix it, it becomes a business, and you're not just focusing on the money, but you also helping people. You see what I'm saying? You also helping people.
Helping people, and that's the vision. That's the main thing. Jackie says foreigners get what Africa is about. We diasporans are just now catching up. We just not catching up.
And this is what I also realized. Most when I got into the travel industry, I realized most of the tour companies you see on Google, when you type travel to Africa right now, all the travel companies that will pop up are owned by Germans, Australians, Swedish, they are all foreign owners, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy, and they overcharge for their services. Like, they really charge big. You see what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I'm like, wow. So we have few of our own people owning a travel company. We just few. We don't have a lot of black owned travel agencies, even though you see a lot online compared
Mhm.
to how many other races have. We're not close. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, we need to get up there. We can let them benefit so much from us.
Exactly. Let's see. Jackie says not all information was good information. Oh, that was when you were saying you posted.
Yeah.
And then they charge big money, Daniel. They absolutely, what you're saying. We're not there. I mean, I for years had saw the big game hunters and just everything going to Africa, but we are just the last to go, Jackie. That is such a great thing that you said. But when we go, we need to learn the languages, know the languages, so we can talk, and we can talk to each other and talk, and we don't stand out with like a sore thumb.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
And
add Success Nation to the stream. Go ahead, Daniel. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
okay, yeah, you can add her.
Hello.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I mean, I don't know if I have any questions really. I just agree with everything that you're saying, pretty much.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
so it's not so much that of questions, it's just so much of the knowledge that you have, the knowledge that he have. And it's just crazy because I'm gonna, like she said, she's gonna put your links down. I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna go to your channel and see, everything that you're doing. But I really do appreciate like everything you're doing to be able to bring um this
Where are you
dimension
from?
of huh?
where you from? You have a like an accent from somewhere like some African
No
country.
way.
It sounds like.
I'm from
Oh,
Liberia.
oh, okay. I just figured out. Like I can hear the accent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm from Liberia. So, we're neighbors. I live in Ghana, so I know what Ghana is about. And, I love what's going on there. And I love how, they're on the map really high. And then that's really good, you see, because everything, it just have to start somewhere, right? And then the whole
Mm-hmm.
continent is going to go up like that. So just like South Africa, for the longest of time, it was always South Africa on the map. And they were only on the map because of the white population that are there, you see. So now to have our own African continent full of black people on the map is like, what? Let's go, you see. So that really excites me. It just really excites me, and it excites me to see people like you doing what you were doing, also to connect people to set up these amazing things that you're doing, because there are not so many, like I said, there are not so many of us, there are not so many people out here. There's, like, what does scripture say? The job is plenty, but the workers are few, in a way, right? So that's what it is right now for our people. And so just having educational stuff. And so now I'm so happy that you brought him on, because I didn't know there was a brother like him out here. Yeah, so not so much
Yeah.
of a question, but just so much of an appreciation of what you're doing and what you sis are doing. And I'm just really grateful. So I just wanted to come on to say thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And you know you can reach out to me anytime you have any question. Like I said, I just love doing what I do, and I already had the vision for it. I just saw it coming because I came from a background where we didn't have money in the house. My dad was sick. My mom worked so hard to put us through school, because in Africa, going to recently high school is free right now in Ghana. But when I was going to school, it wasn't free. So my mom had to really work so hard to put us through high school. And when I finished high school, she wanted to work hard and put me through college, right, university. And I'm like, no, that's too much work. You see what I'm saying? You might die in the process, and I cannot even take care of you. So don't worry about it. And when the first thing that clicked to me was when I saw Facebook. The owner of Facebook came to Kenya, and I was listening to him, and he was like, "Oh, this place has the youngest population, and if they can use social media really well, it will help them." So that really spiked something in my mind, and I'm like, "Okay, let me find out how to utilize this app." And then I realized, okay, I connected with one brother from, I think, Georgia, and I realized he liked a lot of information about Ghana. The way he was describing Ghana was crazy. So I'm like, what is that? What people think about Ghana? That's so crazy. So I started, building platform and talking about Ghana, but I wasn't even thinking about, making it into a business. I was just helping people out. And I realized people were more interested, and they started asking me about African products. And that's how it came up. So I have really loved what I'm doing from the beginning to this time. So I really don't get tired of it. So it's just, and I see it. The future is coming. And I always tell the Africans who come from Africa, and then when they come here into the US and Europe, when you talk to them, based on the people that I have spoken to, I'm not talking about everybody, but based on the people that I've spoke to, most of them don't want to go back, simply for whatever reason. I don't know, but they have something bad to say about the place. Like, oh, I don't want to go back now. I don't want to go back now. But the thing is, the American dream is fading, and it would change. The switch is happening, and it's only beneficial to people who see it now and, take a chance in it. Because if you don't, because I always don't blame the Chinese, the Europeans for investing in the country, because it's our responsibility to do it. And if you have a home and you don't take care of it, somebody will, so we can play our part individually, other than just complaining about what some people are doing. So I just took it upon myself and say, hey, we can invest through education, we can invest through helping, the local people building businesses. So that's my part. Just me playing my part. That's what I can do.
That's what you now.
That's amazing.
That is awesome. We got Yoli in the background and the back, and she is going to come on next. But I have a question while Success Nation is here. Success Nation, Daniel has talked so much about entrepreneurship, and I know you had talked about your brother starting businesses, and I know you're going back to Liberia. You're working on your plan. And Daniel has talked about some of the things like schools, the work that he does, his vision for funding schools. Can you kind of talk a little bit, both of you, just, while you're here together, just talk a little bit about entrepreneurship and what we as a people can be looking at as far as investing in Africa and really look at making our continent stronger?
Well then, okay. As if Daniel haven't already said it all. Well, the things that the diaspora can be doing pretty much is like, I think the first place to start is with the land. Because if you purchase a land, you have, you can do so much. You can build whatever. It's pretty much like the brother was saying, everything is business in Africa. The field is so open, like you can become your nails, you can do nails, you can do hair, you can do natural hair care, you can do skin care. I mean, just everything. The door is so open. It's like a virgin. Africa is a virgin that haven't been touched, and she's needing somebody to touch her to make her beautiful. So it's pretty much that's what it is. The whole place is just literally open for business. Like somebody might think that, okay, I'll go open a cell phone. I'll do, like the brother's saying, technology. Like we need that so much in Africa right now. Yeah, the field is so broad. Like the road is so big and wide. Like it can just go any ways, really. Like for me personally, I was thinking about like video games. See, those are entertainment. Entertainment. So, oh my goodness.
I don't mean to cut you off, but when I was a child, we used to run from home and just go play video games, and we pay a lot to play those video games. And I think one of the major things she just said that clicked to me is about, she went off.
She's still listening. She just got her back.
Okay. One of the major thing that she just said that clicked to me is entertainment. If somebody can really focus on the entertainment industry, like what she just said, that would be really huge, because there's a lot of kids out there that would love to have fun. And, if you can come up with video games and, setting something entertaining, you will make a lot of money of it. So I never thought about it that way, but when she said it, it just clicked to me.
Awesome.
Yeah, because the continent is really available. Like you were saying, also like parks, like entertainment parks and stuff like that, water parks, just those things. Just the theaters, movie theaters. Like we don't have. I mean, like Africa is a virgin. So the road is so big, like anybody can become so big over there. Just anything, just think about anything like you can't live without, okay? If each of us can think about something we can't live without when we leave the state and take it over there, that's just it. I can't live without the pedicure, so I'm gonna go make me a pedicure there. I can't live without my hair being done, so I'm gonna make me a beauty shop. I can't live without my lotion and all these stuff. So anything, pretty much, anything you can't live without. If you're someone who likes sports and you can't live without sports, go build you a sport bar over there, basketball courts, all these different things. People will pay to come in and have fun. And so it just like, the opportunity is just so much. It's just so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Success Nation.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on and asking and sharing your thoughts. I want to let Daniel finish this out, and then we're going to bring Yoli in. Hugs, Queen. Thank you
Thank you. And I'll subscribe to your channel, and I'll ask you questions if I think about any.
Okay.
Daniel, and then what she just said about building basketball courts and other stuff, that was something. I also thought about recreational centers. Like we need that. You know, people would love to take their kids, especially in the cities. We lack recreational centers. People would love to take their kids. So, you know, you can buy land in the city and then develop it into like, you know, a recreational center, swimming pool, like basketball courts, gyms, all that stuff. You can make money of it. So, like she said, it's a virgin place. We lack industries, and it's a growing. The only continent that still needs development right now is Africa.
Absolutely. Africa. You guys both, you know, that's why we're here to work. I mean, I like what you said, now. You have a lot of information, but then when Success Nation was talking, she shared some things you were like, wow, you know, that made you think. And that's why we're all here to make each other think. And this is how we build Africa. This is how we build a nation.
Yeah,
Yoli,
she just gave me two things to add it to my my thought. So thank you.
thank you so much, Success Nation.
Hello.
Now we have Yoli.
Hi, can you all hear me?
We can, baby.
Yes.
We can hear you, Queen. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. We're here with Daniel. What comments or questions do you have for Daniel?
You know, it's funny you asked the question that I was going to ask. I really wanted to know about businesses to invest in. You know, being from America, you know, I had a skewed view of Africa, and I was unsure of, you know, how it is over there, how to start a business. You know, I've never actually visited the continent. My plan is to visit next year. And I just wonder, you know, how to get started. As an American, all I know is American business and how we do business here. You got to have a license, you got to, you know, apply for things and get insurance. You know, there's all of these steps that you have to go through in America. And, you know, I it seems like you don't have to do that in Africa, but then I still have no idea where to start. So,
Okay.
you know, how to start a business. If I have an idea, who do I go to? Is there a board? Do I have to speak to somebody specifically? You know, how do I get started?
Okay, so that's a great question. My last job that I had was at the Registrar General Department. Is one of the government department bodies that register businesses, local businesses, and foreign businesses. That was the last job I had before I started doing my own thing. But if you have an idea, if you have a business to do in Ghana, first of all, you just have to find somebody within that country to work with. And the reason why you have to do that is because it will make it really easier, you know, when it comes to running the logistics in the business. You know, he will point you to, you know, okay, let's get this done through here, that here. That would really help you. So getting a partner from Ghana or that African country is a must. You need to really find somebody to work with. You know, that's why I was talking initially about building connections and relationships when you travel or when you visit. You know, make sure you have the right person with the right mindset that can
Mhm.
really work with you on the idea you have. And then when you are certain with what you both want to do, go ahead and register the business through the Registrar General Department in Ghana. And when you're done registering, the rest is just, you know, finding, you know, it depending on the nature of your business, you just go ahead and, you know, start working.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
Now,
welcome.
so that now you know that means that you can ask Daniel. I'm gonna leave his link, and you can contact him because he
Yes.
is our local on the ground.
Okay. Okay.
He can
And,
share with
and
you and tell you
and
more.
one thing is, when it comes to doing stuff in Ghana or Africa, most people overthink it, because they're coming from the US. They, you know, they make it look too complicated in their mind because they feel it's the same procedures over there. It's different. In Africa, there's not. You don't have to worry about a lot of stuff when it comes to getting something done. It just can be done within a short period of time. You don't have to worry about all the legal process you got to go through. It's not really complicated like it sound in your head when you think about
Hmm.
it. That's why I said
Definitely.
going there first and getting that experience will really, you know, take away everything you were thinking. Like, oh, okay, wow, it wasn't really difficult, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you so much for that.
You're
wasn't
welcome.
that good? Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, Yoli, while I have you and Daniel on the line together,
Mhm.
tell me, Yoli, start and tell me, why do you think entrepreneurship is so important for African Americans? But why is it so important on the continent? You talked about wanting to start a company on the continent, and Daniel's talked about his vision of pouring back and investing in Africa. Tell me, from both of your perspectives, why you think this is so important. Why is it a
Okay.
must do?
Well, for me, my husband is a carpenter by trade, so he's always worked for himself. And I've always worked in the healthcare industry, so I've always worked for someone else. So we've always had a different idea. When we go to work, he always works for himself, and he's always had that independent mindset of, I am my own business. I don't need to answer to anyone else. I make my own money. I control my own hours. And I've seen that, and I've always wanted to experience that for myself because, I've been working in this field for a lot of years, and I feel like it's time for me to have the same experience he has. I want to work for myself. I want to control my own hours. I want to, help people and do things and just have that self-satisfaction of, I'm doing what I really want to be doing, but I'm working for me. And I feel like I can't do that in the US. I really don't see the avenue because of all of the red tape you have to go through to start a business here. I don't want to go through all that. So, we've always wanted to visit the continent, and here lately we want to go and have a more permanent residence on the continent. So now that we've decided that, I can finally see myself working for myself, doing, a business. I have several ideas, so, that's the reason why. It's important to me to not only help other people, but to leave a legacy. I have children, we have grandkids, and we want to leave something for them too, and leave something that can help people in the future. So I want to do all that. And I don't think I can do it in the US. I just don't.
It's very expensive. It's very
Hmm.
expensive.
It
Well, thank
is.
you, Yoli, so much for joining us today. Look, you, baby, you queen, you are welcome anytime. Come back.
Thank you.
Come back anytime. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now Daniel's
Thank
gonna
you.
thank you. Daniel's not he's gonna answer that question. So look, be sure to go over and join his channel and subscribe, sis. Okay.
I will. Thank you very much, Daniel.
You're welcome, and be safe.
Now, Daniel, you have the floor.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship.
Yes. Okay. Can you give me the question again? Because
Yes.
I lost change.
She gave her reason for entrepreneurship. Why was it important for you to be an entrepreneur, business owner? Why was that important as a path for you, Daniel? Share that journey with us.
When it comes to I think I already talked about the difference between being a business owner and entrepreneur.
Yes.
But being an entrepreneur is one thing. I think even if based on your religious belief, I think God is still an entrepreneur. But um entrepreneur
I
entrepreneurs are
agree.
entrepreneurs are problem solvers, right?
Mm.
They solve problem, and in the process of doing that, you get the chance to have the freedom to enjoy the benefit. That's the whole point of being an entrepreneur, right? They solve problems, so you can never think about a major issue on this planet that has been solved uh, uh, outside an entrepreneur. Every problem that we have that has been solved was solved by an entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? And in
Mm-hmm.
the process of doing that, they get the freedom to enjoy the benefit. You have the freedom to spend time with your family, people you love. Time is really valuable, and you can really get enough of it being an entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? If you have a job, yeah, you get paid. You have a a, a a constant check coming in, but you don't have the freedom of time because you live based on somebody's time, and which is one of the things that we have to focus on. Everybody can be an entrepreneur in this world, and we will still like have the freedom to leave. But if everybody owns a job, we cannot live on this planet because problems will not be solved.
Why is God an entrepreneur? I want to hear more about that.
Well, because I think God is an entrepreneur because he thought about creating something. The concept, to me, the concept of God is just a higher power that we don't know, but we think he exists, right? So that's why so many people have different names for it, right? There are so many religious bodies out there, and there's nothing wrong with it because every creation should have a creator. We just don't know him or her. We don't know where it came from because even before religion came to Africa, our forefathers already knew the concept of God, So when you pay attention to how the universe is designed, it has to really come from somebody thinking, oh, okay, let me put trees here, so these people can breathe, and get fresh air. Let me put the sun so, they can get maybe vitamin B or D. Let me do this, So it has to come from creating something, and entrepreneurs create. They are creators. Facebook was made by some college student creators. YouTube developed airplanes. All that stuff were made by creators. So and the scriptures, if you believe in it, our forefathers had the same concept, same I forgot what it says, but it says we were made in his own image. So we create. You see what I'm saying? If you pay attention to even animals, they create, they make stuff up, especially the ants. When it's time for food, they create this little mold or something, and then they pick the food and store it. So we are natural entrepreneurs, even before the concept of business and capitalism came, we naturally are entrepreneurs.
Naturally, entrepreneurs. Look, I
Yeah.
love this. I love this. Thank you for sharing that. iOS says, y'all, but I am serious, guys. Remember Google Plus back in the day, 2014, 2017, when we started connecting online? I mean, this is what has really connected us. This is why we're able to have this conversation. Is it because of technology?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's just gonna grow. It's gonna grow and grow. Jackie said hello. We're just gonna scroll through all these comments. Jackie said hello. Hey, Success Nation. When she was on, she shared so much, and she and Daniel shared a lot together. This is why we connect. iOS says they were plotting. yeah, they were plotting, but they didn't really realize, what it was going to do and be able to connect us, all around the world. Jackie says the American dream is a myth. Very, very sad myth. It is. It is a myth. And, as Daniel said, we don't have time. We don't have time to really enjoy, because even the entrepreneurs here on the, in the US and in the West, we don't have time. We're so busy building. And by the time you build the house and do all that, you don't have time to sit in it because you're working, and you don't have any time to enjoy. You have the money, but then by that time your health is gone or you're old, and you just don't have the time. And so Africa, and going back to the continent, traveling with Daniel gives you time back.
And one thing I realized is that's why, just to chip in what I said about the value for your money, when you buy a house in the US right now, right? And let's say you take a 30 years mortgage, and you paying on the house, right? But let's say you pass that house down to your kids, right? And they just fail to pay the property taxes. The government comes for the house. In Africa or in Ghana, that doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen. The government will not come for the house. It's your house. If you don't pay any property taxes, your children living is their house. So there's so much freedom living in Ghana compared to here, right? You miss one tax payment, the government is coming for everything. That's why I said it's a corporation. So the government owns every single thing, every single thing. That's why they have social security number, because they know you are there, product. Yeah.
That part. Oh, Pegasus, I know, right? We connected so much on Google Plus back then, LOL. I never really got into Google Plus, but Facebook, like Daniel said, has really been the real connector for
Right.
everyone. Let's see. We need the African dream, which is a reality and achievable in terms of a quality of life. Come on, Jackie, preach. Jackie, you need to come on up here and talk that. Look, preach. Daniel, what do you think about that?
Yeah, like I said, the African dream is a new wave coming, that will make people really love, the continent. They want to go there because, like I said, when you go there and you start spending your first $500 in that country, and you be like, oh wow, I like the food, wow, it's so much freedom. When you return back, it will always make you uncomfortable being here. When you just get that first taste of it, you be like, wow, it's so refreshing, it's so relaxed out here, because the life over there is not really busy like it is here. Here, before you realize, you're already 60 years old, and you're like, damn, it went so fast because everything is set up in a program way. You got to do this, keep going, keep going, keep going. Whilst back there, it's so relaxed. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, the dream is coming, and those who invest in early will benefit.
Invest early will benefit. Success Nation says, yep, you are exactly right, Daniel. You are exactly right. Success Nation says, Daniel is our guy. Look, this is the hookup. I'm telling you, Daniel is the plug. So whatever you need, Daniel is the plug. Africa doesn't have jobs. Africa needs businesses and jobs. It needs
Jobs.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And see, that if you pay attention to how America, Europe, all these giant economic countries were built, they were built on free labor, where they took, Africans coming, they built their industries, which is businesses, and through that industries and businesses, they created an employment system. You see what I'm saying? And that's what Africa needs right now. We need industries and businesses to be able to even say, hey, if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, we have a job for you.
We have a job for you. Yeah. And that's going to take people with that mindset, going back to the continent and doing it. The people like you, Daniel. I mean, it's just going to take us all coming back and investing in Africa.
Okay.
Jacob McDonald says,
Okay.
my wife is Ugandan, South African. Visiting Africa is addiction. We are planning to move there permanently in 2021. Currently looking for a property in Port Elizabeth. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, when you get that, and he's right. When you get that your first visit, you become addicted. You see what I'm saying? You never feel the same mentally because you're like, damn, I need to go back again. I need to go back again. And if you're not focused, you will change your whole. Because I know a brother, right? He was married with 5 kids, right? And he came to Ghana for the first time. And then when he went back, he couldn't stay because he told his wife they gotta move. You know what I'm saying? And the wife didn't understand. He was like, no, we're not moving anywhere, and then it created a lot of problems between them because he felt that kind of connection over there and freedom. And he was like, no, I don't want to stay in this country, and it became a really difficult situation for him and his wife because the wife never had a taste of that experience and he did, and they were just going back and forth all the time. I don't know what happened with them, but it was a difficult situation because he got really addicted.
Once you go to Africa, you just don't want. It's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same.
Mentally, it will not. Mentally, it will not be the same for you. So you have to really be prepared. Like I said, it will not be the same for you. Keep coming. Most of the people traveling on our next trip to Egypt been to Ghana and they wanted to go again. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, when you get that first, you always try to go back.
Your home is your home in Africa. You talked about that, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. Your home is your home. Like your home is your home. You know, it's more community based. One thing I realized in the U.S. is, people are too separated. There's a lot of separation. People don't really care about each other in terms of
Mhm.
looking out. You know, there's a huge separation. I don't know how to put it, and people like to mind their business. You know, the next person's business is not their business. That's how they put it. You know, but in Africa, everybody knows who your mom is, your granddad. Then everybody knows you. You see what I'm saying? So it's more like a community based thing. You know, and it feels more refreshing. You know, when you think about it. Here, I realize you from work straight to your house. You don't, you know, some people live in the same apartment. They don't know, you know, the names of their neighbors. You know, you know. So yeah.
Jackie says, yes, and I'm constantly living to work crazy. Mortgage in French means death pledge. Go figure. Oh no.
Yep. The word mort means death in French.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jacob
So
says, oh yes, the food. The real
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
living my best life in Ghana. Woo! Hey,
Oh,
greetings and all and family in the chat.
oh, they're in Ghana.
They are, yeah, they travel back and forth to Ghana, and they live kind of not live, but they have or grew up here in not far from Memphis where I am. And so yeah, but they're living my best life in Ghana. They have a channel. You guys should connect because
Okay.
you would love them, Daniel. And living my best life in Ghana, Power and Fucha, you would love Daniel. Love Daniel. Go over and support. They love to support people. So you see them popping up on your page. Living my best life in Ghana.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, anybody who goes to Africa will enjoy it. It's just a constant feeling that you get like, wow, I belong to this place. You know, it's so refreshing. Like I said, the American dream is just sold, you know, to fuel the economy in the West. You know, that's why they still keep giving visa lotteries, you know, from people around the world to come, because the more you work, you know, the more you for the economy. They need a workforce, right? You know, because you know the rich people don't want to do the job, so they need a workforce. You know, so the American dream is just sold so they can keep you in the country working. That's the whole purpose of the American dream. And I just got to realize a few years ago. But the purpose is to make sure you stay in the country and work. That's the whole purpose of it.
That is, you know what? That I just realized that, and I'm 50. But you know, I realized it probably about 10 years ago. But because they keep you on this like a cycle, like a little wheel, like a mouse, or you know, whatever, you know, just running, and you're just working and you're running and you're working and you work, and you know, and then in the middle of it, you know, it's all this racism and other stuff. And so, you know, we
And
got it.
that's why they make other part of the world kind of like dangerous and scary, because I realize a lot of Americans are really fearful. They have the spirit of fear, right? They always to be too protective in a mode like the world is against them, and it's not their fault, but it's what the media, you know, shows to them, and that creates some type of mentality where they just love to be in the country. Because when more Americans travel out and decide to work overseas, the work is going to China. That's why Trump is saying, oh, hold on, we don't want the job to go to China. You see what I'm saying? We want it here. So, you know, the more they can keep people here, the more they can fuel the economy. So it's all propaganda, you know.
It's all propaganda.
Yeah.
And they're doing a job. I mean, they are doing a number. I was saying to someone else, I was saying to Ivy Prosper, I made this comment on her page. She had a couple on who they're also moving to Ghana, and they were saying the husband was saying it took him a long time for the wife, she's Ghanaian, to talk him into, I think it's expat life in Ghana or something. I don't know, but they talk him into going to Ghana. And for me, I was like, he was talking, and she was the Ghanaian wife. She didn't understand why he didn't want to move. And I was, this spirit of fear is what, you're speaking to. That was what was keeping and holding him back. And it is real. And I was saying to her, for example, the psychological implications, the things that have happened to us. You watch, the Roots, all of these, the book, people who were enslaved had their limbs chopped off when they tried to get back to Africa. They were killed and beaten. And so some people, even where I live in Memphis, and I live in a suburb that's just about 15 minutes away, some people have not even traveled outside of Memphis. Come to where I live, the town that my husband grew up in. Some of them, and I grew up in Mississippi. I just came to Memphis to go to college, where I met my husband. But some people have not even traveled to Mississippi, where I live. It's that fear, and they've just done such a number. And then with the media, you bring up Boko Haram, and Boko Haram is not all over Africa, but the way they say it, it's like it's just crazy.
Yep. And I remember somebody made a comment on my YouTube and the person was like, "Oh, I wanted to travel to Africa, but I wanted to buy and build in Africa, but I'm scared of snakes." And I was just laughing because it's funny. She thinks, in Africa, snakes is just walking everywhere biting people. And that was ridiculous. But that's the type of image the media paints, because America knows how to, control their masses. They are really good at doing that. So, psychologically, they use the media houses, CNN, Fox, and all that stuff, to make sure people get indoctrinated in a certain way to benefit the country. And they've done a good job doing it, so.
Excellent job. Yeah, Jackie says, "You got it right, Daniel. Thanks for this. We need reminding. Some of us need to get out of the West. It is simply not built for us."
Yeah.
iOS, we got just a few more comments. iOS says African Americans need to have a peace of mind when it comes to Africa. Africa is the true Garden of Eden. I've been telling my African American friends for the past 26 years. Food Chai and Power in the house. Woo-hoo. Living my best life in Ghana says nothing can keep you away from it. Just like breastfeeding a baby needs his mother for nutrition and sustainment of life. And baby, we need Africa.
Yeah.
Awesome, brother. Living my best life in Ghana says, awesome, brother, with real info. Greetings, Brother Daniel. We would love to have you on the show. Okay, Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you. Just connect with me anytime, and we can schedule a time to make it happen. But yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Living my best power and future. See, that's why I love y'all, because y'all are awesome. Jackie, and they're good people too, Daniel. They are good people. They live my best life in Ghana. You would love them. And when they're in Ghana at the same time you're in Ghana, you guys should connect on the ground, because look, this is a powerful connection. You guys need to connect. Jack says, I know, right? Daniel is great. He's been an awesome live. Isn't he great, y'all? I'm telling y'all.
Thank you.
Keep Success Nation says, yes, keeping everybody enslaved, right? Just keep, even now we think we're free and we're not.
Yeah, I mean, freedom is a big word. It's all about the word freedom is time, right? And people, it's nothing else but time, and the will, and time gives you the power and the will to do what you want. So if we can take away your time, then we took away your freedom, So despite money, that's why some people say, oh, money doesn't make you happy. That's the whole concept of that word. You know, if you have money, you could be making 100K and six figures working as a computer scientist, right? But if you don't have the freedom to spend that money, because trust me, if you work for the CIA today, you can never have a property outside the United States, right? You cannot never have it until you retire. That's another form of saying, I'm giving you all this money, I'll pay you six figures, but you don't have the freedom to use your money to do what you want. You see what I'm saying? So somebody can be making less than that in Africa and have the freedom to be so happy, spend time with their family, go out and have fun, do everything they want, and still, you know, be good. That's what freedom is all about, you know. But when you check this country, the United States, they take that away from you. They'll give you the money, but the freedom doesn't come with it. That's the whole point, you know. So if you work for the CIA today or the federal government, you cannot or you can never own a property outside the US. You have to wait till you retire.
That's sad. Unless they don't
Mhm.
know what they don't need to know. They ain't got to know everything.
Yeah.
That's sad. That is sad.
Yeah.
Y'all can come on live. Future, if y'all are still around, come on live if you want to and come with Daniel. But I can't wait till Daniel comes over to your show. All right. Let's see. So real info. Let's see where we are, guys. We're wrapping this up. Pow and Fucha are awesome. I really found the courage to finally make that courage to Ghana, and I'm so grateful for
thank you. That's amazing to know.
Yay! Daniel, thank you so much for sharing this information. You really are changing lives. The universe is connecting us with great people, with Daniel, with Fucha and Power. Yes, this is what I'm saying.
How did you find me? Because I wanted to know.
I found you. You did that video. What did you do? You did the video Ghana Town in the Gambia, but the first video that I saw was a recommendation. I was looking for videos on how to buy land in Africa.
Okay, was it Ghana versus Gambia?
No, it was the Ghana one. It was the first one where you did the three types of land.
Oh, okay. How to own land in Ghana with no citizenship.
That's it. That was the one. And because I had done the search and I had typed in so many I was about to get, discouraged really, because I had been trying to share this information with my husband and he was like, you got to go through all of that. No. I was like, no, we're already trying to get the plane tickets and we were, I had him. Like we're going, because I wanted to go in my 20s, but he wasn't ready to go. So I had him. And then as soon as we got to, people were it was just not great information. And then you came up, it was a suggestion. I guess I had looked at it so much, and you came up and I was typing in the search and your video came up and I said, okay, watch this. I told my husband, watch this. And I was like, oh gosh, this is the information. I think I wrote you, I was like, this is the information that we need. I think I either typed it under the comments. Because I was like, this is the information that we need. This is it, honey. Let's see. Yoli says, so sweet. Okay, they're talking. But they don't talk about the police brutality, the black people, their land. Imagine if Africa has this type of issue, they would play it like a tape recorder.
Yeah, and that's one thing also, when you're in Africa, right, or in Ghana, you don't get to see any negative things about the US simply because they protect their media coverage, right? The only time we got a bridge to know all this injustice and police brutality going on is because social media came and people started recording and posting it. But before then, you would never see anything about the US. You would never. The only thing you see is they show you the good side, Las Vegas and all that nice places. Just to create an impression is the best place. So social media, like I said, has really played a huge role in educating us about a lot of stuff. So it's one thing. And the place with the lowest crime rate to find is in Africa. Trust me. In Ghana, I barely hear. Yes, I mean we have some crime scenes, but I barely hear somebody got shot or once in a blue moon. But I know in Chicago somebody get killed every single day. So
Oh,
and
Memphis, same thing. And I live out in the suburbs, but still, we're watching the news like, oh my God, like what is going on?
yeah, and somebody made some. I remember one lady. I think she's a Puerto Rican. She follows me on Facebook, so she was really interested in traveling to Ghana, and she made a post, and somebody responded down and was like, "Make sure you don't get kidnapped." So I responded, and I'm like, kidnapping is not limited to just Africa. Because if you do your research well, Africans were minding their business and Europeans came in to kidnap them first. Secondly, in the US,
True.
every single day, about 2,000 kids get kidnapped every single day. That
Hey,
number is not comparable to, kidnapping in any African country, just the US alone. So before you talk about kidnapping, just do some research about what you're saying. And he kept quiet. He didn't respond. But that's part of the ignorance. I'm saying the media shows. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like I was in a really heated discussion. I have a Facebook group, so I was in a really heated discussion, and your voice, your voice, your world, if I can get it out. But I was saying to them that we were talking about the Ghanaians. We were talking about how in Ghana now there are some African Americans who are stranded, and
Mm-hmm.
some of them have even been kicked out of like hotels. And I was saying, well, we don't even know who the hotels are owned by, but they were saying, well, Ghana should do more. And we're ended up ending our last questions now because we kept Daniel for 2 hours, y'all. And when you're having fun, when you're having a good time, I'm telling you, time flies. And he's so knowledgeable, he's expert in his field. But I was saying to them on this issue with the Ghanaians, they were saying, well, Ghana should do this, and if Ghana is going to have a year of the return and all of that, then they should do more. And I said to them, hear me. I don't understand why we're taking so much time to talk about what Ghana should be doing. Why are you not talking about and asking the questions? Why is the American embassy closed? Why is the American embassy not returning calls? Why are there not repatriation flights? Why have they not paid for hotels for these people until the airports of the borders open again? Why? I mean, and it's just this whole mindset that you can blame everyone else and look down on it. But why are you not? And then I said, which really made some folks mad. I said, I did a video, and I said, there's so many people who's doing, people who are doing creators doing amazing video. I said, one of the things, and Daniel's mentioned this today, and that is connect before you go to Africa. Connect with the locals, because if had you connected with the locals in Ghana, they would not be homeless at this point, because Ghanaians are so friendly. From everything I hear, people would have invited them in or helped them. I just really, Daniel, I just, if you had any tips for an American who may be watching or has a family member that's in Ghana now, who's in that situation waiting on the borders to open, can you kind of speak to that? Some things or tips that they could do, or some things that you think as you look at this whole situation with the American embassy, things that could be done differently.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody to feel the Ghana government has to do something in this situation, doesn't understand how foreign policy works. If they take a study in governance, they'll realize that's not how it works, right? The Ghana government is not responsible for anybody with a U.S. citizen, in Ghana. When it comes to getting them back to the U.S., is their responsibility of the U.S. government. So the Ghana government cannot intervene and say, hey, because it's cost effective, therefore they would not do anything that would not benefit them. You see what I'm saying? And not just, it's not just about African diaspora. There are Ghanaians who are also who also have American citizenship and are stuck in Ghana right now. You know, have their family and everything here. So that some anybody holding Ghana government responsible for this basically have a, you know, a personal issue with the whole African thing. They just don't want to express it, so they're using that way to just, you know, talk bad about it. But there's nothing the Ghana government can do, and this situation is something we all didn't expect. Therefore, it's kind of like a whole new shift for everybody. Is what I'm saying. So the best advice would be, you know, unless they run out of cash, but they can rent a place, you know, really affordable and leave till the borders open. You see what I'm saying? They can find an Airbnb for like $20 a day, you know, and if you do that for a month, no, that's still expensive, but they can still rent a local place, you know, for less than $200 a month, not too much lavish, small place, and, you know, just to accommodate themselves till, you know, the borders open and they can travel. But right now, I don't think we can blame the Ghana government for what's going on, because they're not responsible. It's just like saying, oh, you know, Ghanaian citizens are stuck in the USA, therefore the US government have to bring them to Ghana. They will not do it.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. But this is why, if you're listening, and I wanted to bring this question up because this is why, if you're listening, you really, I'm going to leave the link below to Daniel's website. You need to connect with him and connect with him on Facebook in his group, because Daniel can tell you where to go on the ground in Ghana to get places where you can stay for a, you know, for not a lot of money instead of paying a high hotel fee.
For
and
hotel.
Right. And this is why he can tell you where to go get cheap food, all of that. But this is why you need to connect with people, you know, locals there, people who know Ghana and who know. And, you know, because when we go, we're so used to, as Americans, traveling separately and by ourselves. But when you go to Africa, it's not the same. You need to connect with people who are there.
Yeah, and the hotels kicking people out is one of the, you know, hotel policies. You know, if you run out of your stay, they have to let you leave. You know, unless the owner just have some type of empathy and say, hey, you know, I want you to stay, but you can never hold them responsible, you know, for what's happening. You see what I'm saying? Because they're also paying a lot of fees, and they're paying on stuff, and they're losing money too. So they cannot give you free services. So sometimes we just have to take our emotions out and look at things from, you know, a reality way, you know, so we don't sound like we just being biased.
Very good. Very good. Success Nation. Oh, I like the brother a lot. You are so knowledgeable. I mean, he is.
Oh, thank you.
He's dropping these gems. Living My Best Life in Ghana says, much love for Full Joy Dialogue. I subscribe to you, Brother Daniel. Looking forward to it. Much love, Sanaa. We love you. Peace and respect. Look, y'all know y'all family, and Daniel is my new family. Awesome.
Thank you, guys. It's new to me. I'm not really, this is my first YouTube live or going live with somebody. I've never did it before, so it's still new to me.
And you know what? See, this is why I love family, because Living My Best Life in Ghana, they're the ones who taught me how to use StreamYard.
Oh, okay. And you taught me how to use it.
Right. We just pass it on. That's what we do. That's what we do. Family. Jackie says practical information. Daniel, that is what you bring to us. Thank you so much for joining us today. Daniel has just been just an amazing guest, sharing so much information. What I want you to do, Daniel, is just give us your final thoughts. Make sure you tell everyone the website and your Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just give us your final thoughts, whatever you would like to share about your company, traveling, about connecting with you, and some of the upcoming trips, those dates. Share that with our audience. And it's hard to let you go because you're dropping all this knowledge and all this wisdom. But yeah, I'm sure
We can
Amanda.
always do it another time too.
Oh, good. He's
Yeah,
coming back, y'all. Woohoo!
we can
He's
always
coming.
do it.
Maybe he'll let me come on his channel too.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we can do it too.
this is awesome. This is awesome. Wow. I know he's just, and he done a good job. He's done a good job. All right, Daniel, share your final. Tell us all your tour dates, your website. You know, tell us.
Well,
Tell us.
first of all, I'll say, I appreciate you reaching out because it has really been helpful. I never knew I could do this. And secondly, giving the platform to me, you know, I really appreciate the fact that you just, saw, okay, I'll be the right person for this, and you reach out to me, and that's good. But apparently with what's going on, the whole COVID-19 thing, we really don't want to promote like for people to sign up. But if you really want to sign up, you can still sign up for our upcoming trips. The only thing is we will definitely reschedule in case we cannot travel based on that date, and because of all the whole uncertainties going on, we don't want to, push the whole trip in your head. And and we can do it if something happens. So, but you can go to the website, and if you want to plan based on your own time, even though maybe we have a group trip but those dates don't favor your schedule, you can still plan with your family, friends, and just let us know. We'll put everything together for you. Think about what you want to experience and all that stuff. We could put a whole package for you and your family, and we'll make it happen for you as well. And you can join the African Travelers group. I don't know how we can put a link on here, but you can just go to Facebook and search Africa Travelers. It's a community that I just built where people who just travel to Africa can share their experience, and all that stuff. We learn together, we build confidence together, and all that stuff. So I think it's a community where you can actually build your confidence in traveling to Africa. So if you're interested, you can. And that's my channel right there. I try as much as possible to keep uploading because I get busy, but a lot goes into recording my videos because I really don't want to, just talk right away without knowing what I'm saying. So sometimes I have to reshoot one type of line, 6 to 5 times, and it takes a lot to record. But I try my best to upload every week. So, even if I don't, just be patient with me. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank
And
you for
thank
your
you too.
time. You're welcome. Anytime, family. You are family. Anytime. You are so gracious and so knowledgeable, and I appreciate the depth of information that he gives. He's not one of these people, that gives you that, little 3-minute video and it's just has, with little details. No, he does a deep dive. He gives you the knowledge and the details, just like when you go and you visit with him in Ghana. You're gonna go to the village, villages. You're gonna see the cities, but you'll do the villages. You'll see a deep dive of what the African culture really is and what it's like. For you, if you're trying to reconnect with your ancestors, this gives you a view of what it's like to reconnect with the soul, with the land, and the culture in a really deep and meaningful way. And that's what we need. We don't need the hype. We don't need to do all the touristy stuff. Do some tourist stuff, but do this deep dive with Daniel because look, honey, all the other countries, the Chinese and all the other people that are coming, they're doing the touristy stuff. We're family.
Mm-hmm.
We need the real tour. We need the
Mm-hmm.
real behind the scenes,
Yeah.
the deep, meaningful stuff. And that's what is so important. So Daniel, thank you.
And thank you too.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome. We're gonna let Daniel go because he's got to get to Miss Amanda. Please give Amanda a big hug and our best from Milton, my husband and I and our family, and we just can't wait to see you guys on the continent real soon once COVID is over. Yes.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much too, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. See you again real soon.
All right. Take care.
Y'all, wasn't that good? That was good. Daniel had some good practical information. He did such a great job. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's not quite old enough to be my son, but Auntie was proud, honey. Auntie was the queen is proud of this young man. And I love check out the lives because I love sharing amazing, talented people. How we do over here. We love celebrating our own intelligence and intellectual abilities of our people, honey. And so Daniel definitely is one of the best. This was a great video. Yoli W, thank you so much. This was a great video. Thank you, Sanav. Keep up the great content. We hit 2,000 subscribers, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Be sure to check out Daniel's group on Facebook. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yep. Bye, Daniel. He'll be back, though. You heard him. Y'all heard him, so keep him to his word. He will be back. I truly like that African head wrap you got on. Represent. Look, what? I had to do something, because Daniel was coming on. I had to do something, you know what I'm saying, to represent the continent. Look, I had to. Yes, I did. But the truth, I also washed my hair and it wasn't quite dry. So for the sisters out there, y'all know. But I had to match my outfit with the thank you. Look, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are awesome. I love y'all. Yes, it was awesome. Success Nation, thank you for coming on. Thank you to our guest, in addition, who came on with Daniel, because I'm telling you, Daniel is awesome. And yes, Yoli was here. So amazing, so amazing. On with Daniel. I mean, just so amazing. And then Jackie. Jackie was out in the crowd. I mean, she is running this chat, honey. I'm gonna have to make some people some admins to help me out. Yes, that was awesome. Success Nation came. Yoli came on. That was so awesome. Jackie was in the chat. iOS Yaba. So amazing. Thank you. Milton came on. Hubby came on to represent my bae. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is my backbone, my strength. He supports me in everything I do. My success is because of him. And I appreciate you. It was so awesome. So good. Success Nation. Yay. Yes, yes. We are up to 2,000. Yes, and it is because of you, because of you, because of you, because of you. And I appreciate y'all so very much because of each and every one of you. Yeah, my hair was wet. Look. Yeah, you know how they go. So pretty. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jackie Payne. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. How are you doing? Jackie says, glad to support. Well, you know what? I'm so glad you glad to support because I'm about to make you an admin. And the iOS, Yaba. Yes, honey. Look, that hair. I'm telling y'all. Let me go through right quick and do, let's see, add as a moderator. Yeah, let me go through and add as a moderator. That is what I am trying to do. So I just did that for Success Nation. Yeah, Jackie. Yes, 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 yes. I appreciate y'all so very much. Look, I'm going to let y'all go because I know we've been on here 2.5 hours. Honey, I love you all. I'm going to leave all the details, all the links. So check back. And so you can connect with Daniel and get all of his information. Yes, because we got to get on the continent and great resources out there and people who really have your best interest and your best, your good time of being on the continent at heart. They want to make sure you are successful, and from having a business, like, Success Nation wants to do, like Jackie wants to do, like Yoli wants to do. They are Daniel is there to make sure you are successful. I always y'all, but I am really proud of you guys. Oh, you laughing at the head? Yeah, we got to do. We got to do. We got to do. We got to do. All right, guys, brothers and sisters, I love y'all. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You know why? Because you are, and I love you. All right, guys. I'm check back because I'm going to put all Daniel's information. I'm just so grateful that he came on. Connect with him, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.